Ernie Harwell said, and I don't know who he is, I just quoted him. It's time to say goodbye, but I think goodbyes are sad, and I'd much rather say hello. Hello to a new adventure. Tomorrow marks the day when we all become united as one village. Long before the incorporation committee met, internal discussions began between the town and the village that hatched the idea of a combined village. It took a shared vision, thanks for sharing my vision, Pat, and some unusual circumstances and a few bumps along the road to bring us here to this day. A great day. A day that shows that local government can be creative, nimble, and responsive to its citizens in these challenging times. The town of Salem became a town in 1842. Dennis reminds us that all the time. Even before Wisconsin became a state in 1848. 175 years of heritage this year. It's remarkable. In 1926, the hamlet known as Silver Lake, which was part of the town of Salem, detached and became a village. So now we are again reunited with Silver Lake. I'm optimistic about this endeavor. It's a positive move for both Salem and Silver Lake. I want to tell you how sincerely grateful I am to all the people who have helped along the way. In Salem, we have the current town board, Dennis Faber, Mike Kulot, Ted Kamek, and Dan Campion. Pat Casey, our town administrator. Department heads, Mike Murdoch, Brad Zocchi, Mike Slover, and all of our town employees. Cindy Ernest, Chris Lamb, Eileen, Dave, Jack Rowland, I got it this time. I was just nervous, I know. And the incorporation committee we'd like to thank, and its chairperson, Mike Alstrup. Mike, where are you? Thank you, Mike. Our attorney, Rich Solzy, he's been with us for all this. I appreciate everything you've done for us. And I would also like to thank Silver Lake President Bruce Nopens and trustees Eric Erickson and Doug Randolph for the many months of meetings with us. It took a while, but we got there, eh, guys? Finally, and most importantly, I would like to thank our constituents. The people of Silver Lake and Salem have the wisdom and knowledge to understand the cooperative plan and know that the merging of these communities will be a benefit to all and lead to a brighter future. It has been a pleasure to be your town chairman, a task easy to be proud of. Salem has always been a terrific town, and in our hearts will remain so. Thank you.
5 years ago, when I was first elected to this board, I sat down here and Chairman Chestnut put the committees back in place that had been taken out a while back. And my committees were Parks and Recreation, Planning and Zoning, Highway Department, and the Public Works. I want to tell you, it's been a pleasure working with all the folks, the volunteers on the different committees, the guys in the Highway Department, the Public Works guys, sewer guys, everybody. I've made a lot of new friends by doing this job. Don't sit here at the end. I want to thank all of you for your support.
Really prepare anything, but I was appointed to fill a vacancy in 2003 and fortunate to be elected ever since. Diane mentioned many things that I've said about the town forming in 1842. When you really think of that,
You gotta get one more in.
when you think of the people that attended that first meeting and how they got to the meeting and how we got here today, 174, 75 years, I really take my hat off to the people that were dedicated, guided this town in Shirley's era, the sewer that we put around our lakes, which caused us to become an oxymoron. Towns aren't supposed to grow like we did. Towns were formed to give rural people a say in government. And when the farmer retired, he moved to a village or a city, but a village would give him more amenities, a theater, a library, a hospital, doctors, things of that nature. And once Salem put in their sewers and all the growth occurred, up to in excess of $1 billion, $1.2 billion. In Silver Lake, the village, they, in 1926, it was the appropriate thing for them to do. They weren't getting the attention, they never would have gotten it from Salem. They had a real growth in their village. So it's wonderful that they took that step. Unfortunately, as times changed, it's just people don't shop on Main Street anymore. We all know that. And this has just worked out to be a wonderful thing and very inexpensive. We know that Bristol spent in excess of $500,000 to accomplish village status. And Summers is way up there in the cost as well, and that's where they, and the Department of Administration would never allow us to incorporate all 32 square miles that we have. By doing it like this, annexing into Silver Lake, we were able to incorporate our entire boundaries. And at that, I just want to say thanks for the support and the pleasure I've had with working with our board and Mr. Joe Meyer. He taught me a lot when I first got on in 2003. And I'm just very thankful and very happy to be here this evening, and along with the people from Silver Lake and all of you folks from Salem. I know there's naysayers out there, but I think in a very short time they're going to realize what a marvelous thing this was. It eventually was going to happen anyways. The necessity wasn't really there, but the opportunity was, and it's a great, great opportunity. So, thank you.
Say, I didn't prepare anything, but I'm kind of thinking about this moment without thinking about it for a while. First, I want to thank all of our employees of our town, the department heads, everybody who's sitting at that table as well as everybody not here. You know, it's easy to run a town when you got such good people working in the town. And, you know, part of our job sometimes is just, you know, making good policy decisions and staying out of everybody's way and not interfering with them. And from, you know, Mr. Casey on down for all the department heads, we're really blessed with a lot of wonderful people that work for this town. So I want to thank them, first of all. I want to thank all the people who come to these meetings and give their opinions. You know, sometimes we're getting chewed out. Sometimes we deserve it, sometimes we don't. But it's always good to have citizens have input, because this is government in its purest form. Local government is government in its purest form. You still have input. You don't have lobbyists and all these people that never hear a word you have to say. And one thing I can say about this board is, you know, we always listen to what everybody had to say when they came in here and took the time, you know, to come in here and talk to us. So thank for all the citizens, everyone who served on boards, you know, commissions. Thank everybody who did that. I have very personal connections with Salem. I started coming here when I was 5 years old. My family bought the house I live in now in Hooker Lake in 1967. And I remember crying every Sunday when I had to go home. And my dad would say, "Don't worry, coming back next weekend." And as I got older, you know, my love for this community just continued to grow. And then I was fortunate enough where things fell in order where I was able to, you know, to make it my home and home of my business also. So I'm very grateful there. Jody Meyer, sister here. I also owe a very big debt to Joe Meyer. I still feel like I'm keeping his seat warm sometimes. Joe asked me for years to run for the town board, and I was busy building a business and with young sons, and I kept putting them off. And when Joe got sick, he actually cornered me and said, "I want you to put in for my seat." And I love Joe, and I was very, very proud to sit here in Joe's seat for these last 6 years. I guess in closing, you know, I look at this as like a wake of a person tonight who's lived a really long life, a really long, happy life.
175 years.
Yeah, it's sad. It's a sad thing, but we're all going to laugh today, and we're all going to laugh and have fun and enjoy ourselves together as a community. And tomorrow's a birthday, and you know, it's a new birthday, it's a new day, and so although today's a wake, and we got to celebrate a life well lived and long lived, you know, tomorrow's just a birthday for a new town, a new village, excuse me, and all the good things that that's going to bring. So thank you very much.
Well, I guess I'm the last one, and you're probably all waiting for me to continue on the long speech, right? Well, I've just got a few points I want to bring up, and say this, is that it's been my pleasure to serve as a supervisor for the town of Salem. As I've gone around the different areas and represented the town, I've always said very proudly that I'm from the town of Salem. And starting tomorrow, I'm going to say that I'm going to be very proud that I live in the village of Salem Lakes. Now, there's a couple of things that are going to change, and from a town to a village, of course, we're no longer going to have our annual meetings, elector meetings. So my advice is, be interactive, be part of the community, apply for the commissions or the committees. If you can't have a permanent spot or a 2 or 3 year, just volunteer when we need people. Pumpkin Days, the festival that's in the summertime that's in Silver Lake. Be active in the community. It's a great community. And I've enjoyed living here, and I've enjoyed representing this community. And I'm looking forward to what tomorrow brings. What is that? I don't know, but I'm along for the ride. So please be interactive with it. And I've always felt that, you know, we're stewards to this land. And a few of my colleagues have mentioned, you know, that it's been a long road. We've been around for over 170 years. And a number of people have allowed this community to grow and to be what it is today. And again, I'm proud that I've been part of it, and that everyone here has been part of it. So thank you. Thank you very much.